Welcome back to Sneaker Impact News. I'm here with the lovely ladies from Pilathon, Natasha and Adriana. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Ryan. We're excited to be here.
Yeah. So guys, Pilathon are my friends. They're a local Pilates studio based in Miami, in Wynwood, and in Little River. And Sneaker Impact is based in Little River, so they're just down the street. They're our neighbors. And I've been going actually for about the last 10 years to the Wynwood location off and on with Emily Bench, one of the founders. And recently you opened Little River, what was that, about a year or two ago?
Actually, 3 years ago. We're coming up on our third anniversary in April.
Awesome. So 3 years you've been in Little River, and educating people about Pilates and the benefits. So I heard you have a special event next week. Tell us more.
We have a special event on Saturday, March 8th at 11:30 a.m. It is going to be a mat class hosted by me, followed by a meditation sound healing. It's a membership appreciation day and celebrating Women's International Day. International Women's Day.
So that's next weekend, next Saturday?
Correct,
Which will be the
March
8th?
8th, yeah.
March 8th. And it's at the Little River location.
What's the address?
8301 Northeast 2nd Avenue in Little River, in front of the Citadel.
Across the street from the Citadel.
Yeah, the Citadel is a place people go to like work and hang out, and it's a lot of restaurants in there and cool things.
It's a great place to go to before or after.
Yeah, they have coffee, smoothies, all sorts of things.
Yeah. And speaking of, during the event, we will have different goodies from different women-owned businesses, including one from
Doña Posada.
Thank you. Across the street there in the Citadel.
What do they do?
They make smoothies, they have pastries.
Desserts.
They have an amazing breakfast sandwich that I get too often. So, yeah.
The owner is Venezuelan, so a lot of the food is Venezuelan inspired. Pilathon is also founded by a Venezuelan woman, Emily Bench. So, we thought it would be a very natural relationship to have.
Yeah, shout out to Emily Bench.
Yeah.
She taught me so much over the years. I used to lead her Wynwood Art Yoga Run with Kat Hayen and Bea Pernia and her husband Guillermo.
Yeah.
And we used to go for runs throughout Wynwood, teaching people how to run with chi running, good form, just like in Pilates, how you're supposed to, keep your spine like on the mat, right? And not cheat and not neutral spines. So tell us about some of the benefits of Pilates and how it all got started.
Of course.
And turn the mic, if you don't mind, a little closer, just
to me.
If you're gonna switch.
This way.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, so we do contemporary Pilates. We're all certified and trained. Most of us came through Emily's training, which she's a fantastic trainer. We're trained in all 6 apparatuses comprehensively. So we learn about anatomy. We have a physical therapist that partners with the training and teaches us about different things that could be going on in the body that we might see within our clients so that we can best optimize their experience and make sure that they're moving their body safely, first and foremost. Joseph Pilates created Pilates. He is a man, which means...
Or was a man. He's passed since.
Which means Pilates is not just for women, it's for men as well, for anybody. So he created Pilates. He had some ailments as a child, and he was made fun of in school. And so he started to study animals in the wilderness and got a lot of inspiration through animal movement. So he then moved to, I believe, England, and during World War II, World War One. Thank you. He was placed into an intermediate camp because he was from Germany.
And he was seen as the enemy of the state.
Correct. Yeah.
Weren't they trying to recruit him?
Anybody from Germany, they put them in a camp.
Okay.
In this camp, there were a lot of people who were sick, and that's kind of where the first creation or idea for the reformer was built. He would take springs from spring beds, hook them onto the bed, and then people were able to have movement in their body who maybe were bedridden, right? Because movement heals. We know that, right? So, Pilates in a nutshell, we're moving our body in every direction. Focusing on spinal articulation, breathing, core control, body awareness. So slow precise movements,
Mindfulness too.
mindfulness, proprioception,
Yeah. Fancy word.
tongue-tied, so, we again, work with all body types. Everybody is
All
welcome.
ages too, I've seen.
All
Yeah.
ages. You'll see a lot of different types of people coming into our studio. And we focus, again, on just, moving the spine in every direction, creating functional movement that will help you in your day-to-day. Joseph Pilates never intended Pilates to be something where you're, like, working the muscle to fatigue.
Okay.
We definitely will do that for you.
Some classes are spicier
and
than
our
others.
abs and glute class is
Yeah,
what
for sure.
that's designed
That's an advanced
for.
class, absolutely.
Correct. Yep.
And it's also our more like fitness oriented classes, because also I feel like a big misconception is that Pilates is just for fitness, and Pilates is fitness and rehabilitation at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
So-
rehabilitating from herniated
Exactly.
discs. I have L4 and L5 herniated.
So if you have any kind of injury,
Yeah.
Pilates would be a great place for you to start moving again safely, and while at the same time getting really strong.
Yep.
But it's not necessarily your traditional boot camp class where you go and you kind of like beat your body into a six pack. You just kind of do it slowly, gently, mindfully.
Mindful, yeah. But you'll definitely see results.
Oh yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Strengthens a lot in the hips and in the lower back and in the
Right.
core. But
All
your whole
functional.
body.
We're
everything.
desk
Even the
warriors.
arms,
All of
yeah.
us, right? Like,
Yeah.
even if you don't work at a desk, you're probably hunched over a steering wheel, a cell phone, a baby, in my case, a chihuahua. So, we're just, in general, our society is becoming more and more slouched. We don't work like I know. Everybody sit up tall. We're not cavemen anymore, so we're not doing the same movements with our bodies that we used to in today's society. And so we're trying to through Pilates, we're trying to counteract some of those bad posture that can lead to ailments in the body and the spine. Bad posture can inhibit many things, including your breath, hormones.
Yeah, I've noticed the breath is part of the central part of the class. Like from the
Yeah.
very beginning, before the class even, you have
Yeah.
us start focusing on our breath before we do any movements.
Yeah.
And you carry that throughout the whole class.
You'd be surprised how many people are not breathing in a day-to-day basis. Like I've actually asked my clients to kind of like my students, I guess, to like take note of the times when they're holding their breath, and they're like, I never realized that as I'm driving, I'm always holding my
Sure.
breath, and that has a really big impact on your health, both physically and mentally. Like your body
Right.
feels it's consistently under attack because you're not breathing. So that's like one of the things that Pilates does for you. It teaches you to connect your breath once again, which is something that we should naturally be able to do, right?
Right. And I think it got worse since COVID.
Yeah.
I think we just in
Stressful
general
worlds.
started to hold our breath because we were afraid to breathe, right?
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
masks
Oh, you're right.
on.
Yeah, it got
catch
worse
the
since then.
virus.
Yeah.
And I think it got worse. It definitely.
Yeah.
Probably, for sure.
But yeah, I started all of my classes introducing you to Pilates breathing, which we breathe 360 laterally into our rib cage. And when we exhale, we
Big
engage
belly
the
breaths.
core.
Yep.
And then at the end of class, I switch you back to belly breathing, which is like the breathing that you should be doing on a day-to-day basis.
Not chest breathing. That's shallow breath.
Yeah, so
Definitely
there's
mouth
different.
breathing,
You could do breathe into your chest, your back, your belly, or your laterally into your rib cage. So we try to teach proper ways of breathing along with it, because breath work is core work. If
Yeah.
you're breathing properly, you're working your core.
You're right. You engage your diaphragm when you're
100%, yeah.
exhaling. I learned in Chi running.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
The yogic breath.
You ever
filling up
see
the belly.
those guys or people who are super into breath work and they just have killer abs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I don't do anything but breathing. And it's like,
Yeah.
hello.
Pilates will get you that six pack then.
Yeah.
But it helps all abilities, and I've seen all ages at the studio. I want to see more men. I've been
I
going.
wanna see
yeah.
more men
We kind of
too.
have
Yeah.
a decent amount.
Joseph wants, we have a couple, I mean, in the
Yeah.
classes I've gone, I see mainly women, but
Yeah.
I know you have other men besides me coming, and I've seen people even in their 70s there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people in their 20s, so all ages, all
All
abilities. You don't have to be
ages.
scared, because you guys are really gentle to beginners.
Well-
I took my friend the other day, Gina, and she'd never gone before, and you were teaching her
Yeah.
the basics because she'd never
Yeah.
been on a reformer.
And actually, one of the reasons why a lot of these people in their 70s are coming is because they've been coming. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
they've been doing Pilates for a long time, so they can continue doing their Pilates until they're older.
Right.
Older.
Certain cultures too have been more into it, or is it an American thing? Is it?
So going back to the Joseph Pilates story, after he was released from the camp that he was in, he went back to Germany, and I think he owned a boxing gym, and then he was recruited by the American Boxing League. I could be messing up exactly what it was called, and then
he
he
ended
moved
up in
here.
New York, yeah.
So he moved to New York.
So it became a very,
And
American
that's
thing.
kind of like when it became, actually not even, I think that it more became widespread after he passed away.
After he passed,
through his
the original name of the practice was called Contrology. Like, it only became Pilates after he passed away, and his disciples decided to name it after him. But the reason why it gained so much popularity is because his studio in New York was in 9th Avenue, very close to Lincoln Center, right? And a lot of ballerinas discovered that it was a great way to train their bodies while staying off their feet. Like, it's very low impact, so it wouldn't impact their joints, but they could still get really strong for their ballet. So that's kind of like...
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Ballet, you have to be so strong.
Yeah.
You do. But at the same time, you have to protect your joints because you have to be on point, and your hips have to do a lot of work. So if you're running, you're putting more impact on your knees, ankles, hips, and that's exactly what they want to avoid. They want to have like really healthy joints to be able to dance. Dancing is an Olympic sport. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. And we have a lot of runners that follow Sneaker Impact and are friends of ours with all the running stores we work with. So like Kobe Morales, who's the owner of iRun, I know he's your friend, Adriana, and he's one of my best friends too. And he's been going, for a while, and we're both really fast and accomplished runners, but we need Pilates to like work on our weaknesses and areas that we're where we're not strong, because running is very lateral, or I don't know, it's not lateral, it's straight.
A lot of repetitive movement.
You're just going straight forward.
You're staying in your sagittal plane, which is like your walking plane, right? So we always move in all three planes in class.
And you take off your shoes, and you have socks that are non-slip. So, and I know that some of them, I love the chair class. I know you have different classes. You have Pilates plus chair, Pilates plus props.
Yeah, so we have Pilates props, and then we have abs and glute, which is the advanced class. We have sweet Pilates, which beginner/pregnancy, but also, we take suggestions during class and what people feel. And then we have chair and reformer, and then we have tower. So tower, we just flip our reformers into like one long bed, and then there's a tower. So it kind of mimics a half of a trap table, which you'll see in the Cadillac tables, which you would see in mostly private classes. And then we have tower and chair class.
Yep. Yeah, I like the chair class because you do a lot of stuff for the Achilles, and I recently had an Achilles surgery, 2 of them last year. So I'm back now, though. I can run and slowly and smaller amounts, but the Pilates has helped me to do stuff that is really good for stretching it and strengthening it. And but you see a lot of different people coming there now. It's not just it's not just people that are wanting to get a certain look to their body. It's people in general. So next
for
Saturday,
everybody,
yeah. So you're celebrating soon your 3-year anniversary next month in April.
Correct. Yes.
And then you're doing Member Appreciation Day. So how do people sign up for the membership, and what type of specials do you have?
Yeah, so the Membership Appreciation Day,
the Member Appreciation Day
is just for
members.
So how do you become a member?
So you become a member through our website.
Or downloading our app.
Or
You have your own
downloading
app.
the
That's right. I
app.
have the Pilathon app. Yep. That's how you schedule your classes.
I was telling everybody in class, I was announcing this in class today, and everyone's like, you guys have an app? I'm like, yeah, download it. What are you doing?
So you could register through the website, because I just use the app.
You can register through the website. However, we're on our phones all day. Like, just download the app.
It's much
It's free.
easier.
And it has our pictures, so you actually know who you're going to.
And it
that's
announcements, so you'll see like different announcements if you have a sub for your class, or
I love the
if we're
photo of the
putting on
instructor
things.
though, because you give a little background down them.
Yeah, there's a bio under our names.
You can pay for things there. So
Yeah. So you could, if you're a member, you can sign up through the app. In general, if you want to try Pilathon, we do have the buy one get one free promo for new clients.
Yeah, I got my
which is a
friend
good
one the
deal.
other day for a birthday gift. Very reasonable.
It's a very good deal. And then there's different, you could do membership where you do like so many classes per month, or you could do,
I
my husband
do
likes
8
to do
classes
class
a month.
Yeah. So you could do that.
That's more the introductory package. I believe,
And then you could also just do class packs. Like my husband likes to do class packs because, he doesn't want to commit every week to going.
Yeah, he's in San Francisco, you said.
He's right now he is. But he typically comes every Saturday. So he's another guy that comes to class.
Mm-hmm.
You just haven't met him yet. But yeah, it's there's different ways of signing up.
And you can just pop in if you're curious too, right? It's on Northeast 2nd Avenue and 82nd or 83rd Street.
Yeah.
83rd.
We're typically there in the mornings, maybe like give or take, 30 minutes or so, but around like 7 to 11.
Yeah.
And then typically, we have that break in the midday, and then there's always somebody back
There's some evening
night.
classes too, usually.
There's evening classes too. And if you ever want to do some extra learning or have more one-on-one attention, we also offer one-on-one sessions just for you.
Private
if you
classes.
Expand your education, or if you have like an injury you want to work on.
Yeah.
It's very popular among pregnant women. I don't know why. Or I can understand, like, a lot of first-time moms are very nervous about joining a group class, so they start through privates, So we also offer that.
Yeah, I had a private class one time with Emily.
Yeah, it's a great way to bring awareness into the principles and what it's really about, because the tendency is the first time you come, you want to add in all really heavy springs and go really fast.
Yeah, there's different colors to the springs, like
Right.
blue, red, yellow,
And the new one, a green.
So you guys tell us, you'll be like one red,
Yeah.
yellow and red, or just blue, and it's
Yeah.
cool because it's different strengths and
Yeah.
different parts of your body, and then you have the jump board class, which I haven't
Oh
tried
yeah,
yet.
I'm gonna do jump board this weekend. 9 a.m., 10 a.m. I do jump board every first Saturday of the month in
And that's
Little
where
River.
you're like pushing off the
Yeah.
foot bar.
So there's an attachment. You put the foot bar down,
Okay.
and then there's an attachment that goes onto the foot plate, and then you jump off of it. It's like so
you're
fun. It's like your
moving
inner
really
child,
fast,
and I do really fun ones, and everybody laughs at me, and
Also, a great way to jump and get cardio with
right,
impact.
yeah, you're getting cardio while lying on your back. I mean, you can't complain.
Yep.
And then, it's really great for lymphatic drainage, bone density.
I always leave the class feeling very zenful, and I love how you end with the sound healing.
Yes.
And with our eyes closed, and you have us kind of put our knees open like this on the reformer, and then the sound healing, I can hear it and feel it in my brain.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's
think about
detoxifying
it.
me.
What's our percentage of water? 80% of our body is water. I mean,
Maybe even more.
Might be 90.
Yeah.
Don't quote me. But our body is mostly water, and what happens to water when it vibrates?
Changes structure.
It moves.
Moves, yeah.
So I mean, there's science behind
You can
the
feel
sound,
it.
sound healing.
It does this almost siren effect where it goes.
Yeah.
Zoom.
I know. Even when I'm doing it, I'm like closing my eyes, and
you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's really cool. There's smaller classes of how many people? 5 to 10 people in a class.
The max a class will have is 8. So it's very boutique, very which is good because we can give everybody the attention that they need and modifications. Any class you're in, if something doesn't feel right, if you want it harder
You guys
or
have been
easier.
working with me a lot because I have
just
I'm
give
the
you
guy in the class who has
modifications.
all the injuries. I really haven't
You're
heard
not the only one.
Well, I'll be like I had 2 MRIs in January. I had 2 Achilles surgeries last year. I've got 2 herniated discs. I have a partially torn labrum. And you guys are so considerate because the other people in the class, I'll be like, oof, I'm not supposed to forward fold. My chiropractor said, so you guys are teaching me how to do other things instead of that.
I will say that a teacher's job is actually to teach you and help you modify. If a teacher is not helping you or not correcting you and not giving you modifications, that person's not a teacher. They're an instructor who's just yelling out instructions. So
Do you want to tell them the difference between teachers and
Yeah, how do you become an
instructors?
instructor? Is it like 5,000 hours or 1,000?
So,
It's a lot. 500?
If you're comprehensively trained, it's 550 to 600 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
600
About
hours.
a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Ish.
Through a teacher program.
And
that's how long it took me.
Yeah.
Through the
year and
teacher
a half.
program, not just by taking classes.
No,
You're
no,
actually
no,
in
no.
a teacher
You have
training.
you have like 6.
Yeah.
So at Pilathon we had 6 weekends where we had to go and learn the entire weekend, and then we had to have I had to have 150 observation hours, and if you can believe it, that's actually the hardest part because as a Pilates teacher you have a lot of energy and you are required to sit still and quiet.
And not talk. That's the
Oh,
hardest
so you're
part.
like shadowing an instructor.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Pilathon has built up a big name in Miami. It's that light blue, baby blue, sky
Yeah.
blue color
Like the
scheme.
color.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
it's like teal, turquoise.
We call it Pilathon Blue.
Pilathon blue, yeah.
Yeah, and they are very welcoming people, and
Yeah.
we've done things like yoga too there, and you can do mat Pilates at home. But if you like some of my friends who have done mat Pilates, they'd never tried a reformer, and if you haven't ever been on a reformer, it's really cool because they teach you how to holds you, and they
Support,
teach you how to
yeah.
glue your spine. Like for me, it was like keep the pelvis down. You put your hands
Yeah.
on the pelvis, feel like
Yeah.
the movement of the what they call like what is that?
Pelvic tilt, yeah.
Pelvic tilt and the floor.
Yeah, well, yeah. We
Pelvic
always
floor.
cue, like tilt your pelvis towards your chest and
Yep.
print your lower back. So we
Peel
try
off
to,
one vertebrae at a time.
yeah,
Peel down.
we try to teach neutral spine awareness because a lot of us don't know even what neutral spine means,
No.
right? One
It's
last
all about the
thought.
spine. Yeah.
I just
Well, we need a closing inspirational
yeah, we need a
message.
closing.
Yeah.
So you mentioned in class that you need modifications, right? And that you said something about like worrying about other people in the class.
Well, I'm definitely
Pilathon-
like some people are more flexible than others. Let's
No,
just say
no,
that.
but no, Pilathon is one of the best community. It is hands down the best community I've
Yeah.
ever been a part of. Everybody that comes to the studio is passionate and kind, and if somebody needs a modification, nobody in the room is judging. They're take your time, help that person. They're new. Everybody is great. Like that's the best part about being. I was a student first.
You don't have to be
I
anxious.
was a
Yeah.
student first.
Yeah.
You were a student.
Which is why
At Pilathon.
Which is
Yes.
why we're throwing a member appreciation day because we appreciate such a beautiful community.
Yeah.
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 So next Saturday, March 8th, and what time is it?
11:30.
11:30. Okay.
Bring your own mat.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
because it's
don't
gonna be
have
Mat
any
Pilates.
for everyone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be it's on Instagram. Your
Yep.
Pilathon?
Yeah.
At Pilathon.
Yes.
Pilathon, like
yeah.
marathon.
It's a play on Pilates and marathon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a marathon runner.
Right.
so-
Yeah.
Makes so
Emily,
much
right?
sense.
Yeah.
She's a runner too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. She is. She likes to run into the Vivo 5 fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a barefoot runner. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It makes you really strong. I mean, Emily is a testament to that, and all the instructors. And
Yeah.
I'm doing it to rebuild my body after years of punishing it. I mean, I'm a chi runner, but when you race, it's a different thing. Racing is like what the horses do on the track. The
Yeah,
horses,
correct.
the horses get beat up too.
Yeah,
so
but the difference being is that they have 4 limbs to run on. We have 2.
true. That is true. There's a lot of
Good
impact
point.
from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of impact in racing, especially
Yeah.
but running too. But also, you get all types of people there. Just people that are interested in reclaiming their health, or that have just been learned about, from online, or just, fell in love with it because they discovered it somehow. But there's all types of people there, from athletes to non-athletes, and I fell in love with it. And my orthopedic surgeon said, do it. He's like, Pilates is the best thing you can do for your body.
Yeah.
Including chiropractic, go and do the Pilates, because yoga is potentially not the best thing. I'd have to modify a lot. I can do yoga, but I have to be very careful because some of the forward folding for me is rough right now. But on Pilathon, I can do the things, many different things on that reformer that just protect my body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
Yeah. If you have something going on, ask your doctor if it's right for you, and we're ready for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming by today, ladies. Do you have any closing thoughts you want to leave us with? I know we got to inspire them, hopefully, with Pilates today. But
The community part was my inspiring thought.
yeah.
That's the inspiring thing. The
Yeah.
community.
It's a beautiful community, positive. I go there. I like to go to the 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. classes before work, and sometimes I'll be a little groggy, and I'll get there, and I feel
Yeah.
so good, and and when I leave there feeling positive, just super invigorated. Yep. So come as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, ladies. Well, thanks for coming by the Sneaker Impact studio today, and we'll
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
sorry.
say anything about
Oh my
the
God.
sneaker drive. What are we doing?
Okay, let's do it.
That's the most important thing.
Okay, we're here at Sneaker Impact because Pilathon is going to partner with Sneaker Impact and do a sneaker drive, and we're really excited about it. We're going to launch it on the Membership Appreciation Day / International Women's Day.
But, men can come to the event too.
Yeah, there's men
but we're-
signed
yeah,
up.
we're
Like
celebrating
it's
the
not.
women, like,
Yeah,
Let's
you
make
can
sure.
come celebrate
But yeah,
us.
all men are welcome too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're really excited. We'll have some Instagram posts and some other information
There'll
about
be a
it.
flyer out next week, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll be promoting it on our Instagram, and you can bring your shoes of any condition.
Yep.
Footwear that'll go to a well-needed home in Haiti and other countries where these shoes live a second life after they're cleaned and repaired.
Yep.
And
We're
some
really
shoes are
excited.
made into yoga mats and flooring, so
Yeah.
any condition.
Awesome.
Thank you, ladies, for
Thank
coming
you.
by, and shout out to Pilathon. Guys, check them out on Instagram and their website, pilathon.com. And well, thank you for coming, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye, guys.